Hello, this is Led from TrialLine. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to manage the files in your legal case timeline and explain the various file management features available in TrialLine that can help you stay organized. TrialLine makes it easy to manage the files you use in your timeline by giving you two different file libraries to store them in. The company file library, which is a great place to store files that you will be using across multiple trial lines, and the case file library. The case file library is where you should store files used for a specific trial line and is the default library where files that you attach to events will be stored. In either file library, you'll see clickable text that says you are in folder Home. That text will tell you which folder you're currently in as you move from folder to folder within your library. You can also navigate using that text by clicking on the name of the folder in the path that you would like to go to. When you first go to your company or case file library, by default, you'll automatically be in the Home folder for that library. Underneath that text, you'll see folder icons next to the names of any folders that exist in this library. If no files or folders exist in the library, you'll see text that says, "Looks like you haven't added any documents to Home yet." You can create a new folder by clicking the Create a New Folder button, and you can also drag and drop files or select files from your computer to add them to your folders. Next to the names of each folder, you'll see a pencil icon, which when clicked will enable you to rename the folder. You'll also see a trash can icon that will enable you to delete the folder. When in either the company file library or the case file library, you'll see three buttons underneath the Add from Company File Library button. These are Export All Case Documents, Move Files, and Create New Folder. The Export All Case Documents button enables you to download all of the files in your library as a zip file. Simply click that button and you will be given the opportunity to choose where on your computer you'd like to save the zip file. You can create new folders to store your files in by clicking the Create New Folder button. A window will pop up where you'll be able to name your folder, and once you click Create, that folder will now be visible within the rest of the folders in this library. You can move your TrialLine files from one folder into another using the Move Files button. Clicking that button will open a window where you'll be able to select which files or folders you would like to move. Simply check the box for the appropriate file or folder. Then click the Move To button. A window will open that shows you all of the folders available for you to move your files to. Click on the name of the folder you'd like to move the files to, and those files will now be stored in that folder. TrialLine also lets you create subfolders within folders in your file library to give you even more organizational capabilities. To create a subfolder, simply go to the folder that you want to create the subfolder in and click the Create a Subfolder button. In the window that pops up, simply give your new subfolder a name and click Create. The subfolder will now be visible next to the rest of your folders. Beneath the list of folders in your library, you'll see the files that are stored in the folder you are currently in. Here, there are two possible views available in your file library. The icon view, which is the default view that you'll see when you first go to your file library, and the list view. The icon view will display thumbnails for your files, while the list view will show your file names in a list. To switch between the two different views, simply click the Switch to List View button when in icon view mode, and the Switch to Icon View button when you're in the list view mode. In the icon view, you'll see that there are three small icons superimposed on top of the thumbnail for each file: a cloud icon, a gear icon, and an X icon. Clicking on the cloud icon enables you to duplicate that file to your company file library for later use. Files that have a blue cloud icon on them have already been shared to the company file library. Clicking the gear icon will open an edit window for that file that enables you to do three things: download that file to your local machine, edit the file name, and add or edit a description for that file. Clicking the X icon will delete the file from your library. When in the list view, you'll see small thumbnails for each of your files, along with the file title, type, the name of the trial line the file is attached to, and the description for each file. There are also buttons to perform 3 different actions. A red button with an X in it that will enable you to delete the file, a blue button with a pencil icon that will enable you to edit the file, and lastly, a gray button with a padlock icon that will duplicate the file to your company file library. In the company file library, you'll see that you can select which files are displayed by file type using the drop-down menu, and that you can also search for specific files by name using the search bar. And that is how you work with the file libraries in TrialLine. Go to TrialLine.net to start a free 2-week trial today.